I bring greeting from Ambassador Joseph TV channel to you again. I am your host, Uchechi Joseph Nalibu, my name. I want to thank you for all your like, your sharing, and your follow. Please, I still want to beg you again, do like and subscribe so that you follow more. The reason why I always emphasize on the issue of like and subscription, rather subscribe to our channel, is because anytime you subscribe to our channel, once I drop any message, you'll be notified. And there are things that you can't even is an information is life. Please don't use your data for just anyhow. I use my data for proper information that will shaping my life, that will shape rather my life to the shape that I desire. Yes, and information is powerful and is wonderful. Right. Today I'll be talking about um, when should a child be promoted to the next class? What every parent should know. Yes, I jot down some point. And why I need to drop it now is because school will soon be resuming. We are starting a new section. Yes. If you are a parent, if you are a teacher, if you are a school, there is a need for you to take this information into cognizance. Don't just take it as yeah, you know, watching an information that is because you need to while away time. Pick your pen and jot down some relevant information that will help you. Feel free to also ask us anything that you don't understand. We are here for you. We will clear your doubts and we will guide you into your destiny. Yes, I've dropped our aim for this journey before. Go through it and you get to like it. Okay, so the following thing should be noted. I emphasize again or I repeat for the sake of teaching. Repetition is a tool for teaching. I say when should a child be promoted to the next class, and what every parent should know. Yes, why I say parent is this: you have part in the promotion of your child, and largely, in fact, yes, largely your child promotion should it should be part. Yeah. Even though the school should also take this information into cognizance. If you want to be married, so that you will give birth, or even though you are not married, if you have a child that you are training, of course, it's also meant for you. Thank you. All right. Factors that I have jotted down that are not to be considered for promotion. Factors is number one is age. A lot of time we consider this child is 13. Why is he still? Let me tell you, as you are promoting, there is a class that you should sit down and say there is a need for us to do something. And I will be so happy or glad that you send to me what you are seeing is on age. What do you do? Please send me. I will attend to you. I've told you I'm an educationist. I've been in the class for 18 years and I'm still in the class. So I'm not just dropping it as somebody who just want to make the content. It has been a struggle that I've been settling and I am still in it. I just did one talk with a parent not long ago. So age is not largely a factor for promotion. Okay, take note of that. And number two, pressure from parents. Yes, it should be put into cognizance by school. School now we are looking for money. Okay, blessed be God. We are looking for money, but if you do the right thing, I assure you, people will look for you. Pressure from parents and even you, pressure from friends of any kind. It should not be the reason. It should not be. Then the next thing you should note is other children are moving forward. Your child is not among other children. Your child have his or her unique identity that other children doesn't have. Don't follow other children to start doing what others are doing. It will not do you well. I want you to take note of that. So other children are not a factors for your promotion. Take note of your own. I'll be sharing with you concerning my own son and what I have decided to do as well, so that we will know that we are not working with others. If you don't coach them well, there is an age that a child lost, or there is a value that should be in a child that he or she misses. There will be a problem for that child to cope in another class. And I will drop maybe an information on what you can see next time. You see that some child have dropped out, and it can lead into isolation. Yes, emotional isolation or isolation of any kind, that a child can be so demoralized that you start seeing some things that you're not supposed to see. The reason is that you boycott a section, and a section out of a child life, there's a problem. Factors to consider. Number one, I said, and I'm saying this for this grade of student. The grade I'm talking about now is there are following grade. There is, of course, play class. They go and play, and that playing, that there are some classes, some school call it play class. Others, it may not be play class as it is. So you have a name that you give to it because of everybody's ideology. Then in that play class, there are modules or curriculum for them. You are not even supposed to boycott it. If your child is not cooked with that, I bet you. I'll be talking about play class generally next time. Today is not play class I'm talking about, let me see, primary one. Let me see, primary one. The other class, try to follow me. At subscribing, you will get it. I'll show you. Subscribing to my channel so that when it comes, you'll be able to get what I'm talking about. The factors to consider, number one, is reading and writing. If a child in primary one is not reading, ideally some school, a child start reading from nursery. Nursery one, nursery two, nursery three. If it doesn't, it's too late. But then, okay, don't too pressure. Of course, I want you to, if the correction is not made in nursery one, nursery two, nursery three, let's make the correction from primary one. Your child should be able to read and write from primary one. Okay, and if the child cannot, because I don't want to start using education, all those cognitive, it will start bringing you to start thinking what is, I want us to talk plainly. Yeah, let's talk plainly so that you can know what we are talking about. So when a child can read and write, means that the analysis of alphabet is not something that is difficult for a child. Again, you can analyze and comprehend, bring them together. And when a child can analyze and comprehend alphabet, it's good to go. It's good to go. Then I also want you to don't use one factor. Try to gather them all together. I'm just giving you not just a factor for consideration as one. Take all of them. Number two, attention and learning ability. Learning actually was, the end of learning is for a man to own his or her life. If a child can give you attention, any child or any human being that can give you attention, you will know that this person wants to learn. And anybody that can give you attention is a good student that can become anything. The aim of schooling was to cook a life that can come out and analyze or establish another life or promote life. That's why we talk about our channel. We are ambassador. We represent a life. Do we understand? So now I talk about attention and learning ability. So a child that can give attention, the learning ability can a little bit enhancing. Yes, that's a scope or a factor to consider. Then, of course, I also put number three again, social development. In my social development, I'm talking about communication with teachers and students. Communication with teachers and students is key When a child or a student can communicate, it then means that the social life is developed. Development that the person can interact with other people. Then the next thing to also consider again is emotional maturity. What did I mean by emotional maturity? I said the ability of a child to ha to handle an increased responsibility each assignment. The person who cannot handle level 1, you are taking to level 2, there's a problem. Frustration can dabble in. And when the person is dribbling with problem 1, now problem 2, do you see that there are a lot of emotional um um uh what would I call emotional displacement, or child who are they are in the class but the fear of this class is already in them. And the generation that we are in now is not like the first generation that somebody can just say cope. A lot of them would drain out of, they will be derailed such that it can become a problem to them. And the problem that is not properly handled can cause a child to lose his or her life, either emotionally or physically. So don't forget that if a child cannot handle the first class, it's just like somebody who cannot take care of first step, you are handling the second step. You are giving the person a load. So we need to know. Please, if you have a child that is passing through this, I want you to subscribe. Subscribe, please. Send me a question either directly or on your comment. I will drop video on all of them. Please don't forget. Then I also talk about, of course, I have talked about emotional maturity, then teacher's assessment. It is teacher that assess your child. For some of you that are competing with yourself, this person's child is in so level. I want my child. Of course, I'm talking about a good school that cannot be bought, or a good school that it is what you want that you want. I want to believe that that's where your child is, not a school that, of course, a teacher can just see a grade, or maybe a script. Oh, you have 10 over 10. The teacher have not read. Teacher have not. That's not the school I'm talking about. Please, that's not a school I'm talking about. I'm talking about a proper assessment from teacher. I know of some parents that are advised to repeat their children, that their children, in fact, they were advised that their children should be repeated. But because of their ego, either they remove the child to another school who is looking for population and finance. And of course, the country we are all, we are looking for money, but let it be in a positive way. Okay, so please try to follow your teacher, the teacher of your word. It will be so helpful. Before your children promote, check their result. If you need to communicate to me, please do. I'll drop a video that will help the whole world and even yourself on it. I'll talk about teachers' assessment, then I'm going to talk about the child overall development. Yes. When we mean the child overall development, I'm talking about promotion should not base on examination alone. Yeah, it should not. Then what should promotion be based on? That's the next question. We look at um the whole the performance of the child academically. When I talk about performance of a child academically, of course I drop some point here. I told you before, the reading, the attention, the reading and writing, the attention and learning ability of a child, the social development. I talk about emotional maturity of a child. Teachers, those all are academic assessment. Yes, if a child is this. So it could be part of it. There are people that you feel like, okay, the reason why this person fails because of this. So we might be talking about the next video, maybe if that is your own concern, I might also address the reason why the child failed is because of this. Maybe the child can be promoted. Yes, of course. There are child that we have witnessed a child that is sick during exam time, and we know that this child is brilliant. before the examination. Because the child cannot read well, are you seeing factors I'm trying to consider now? The performance of a child, of that very child, drop in examination because the child was sick. It can be a factor that we can let the child go. Okay, so if you check those things, you will notice that examination is not the only way out. Then we also talk about the confidence of a child. The confidence, that we are not just talking about a child who is confident because of the environment. Of course, what builds the confidence is academic. You know how a man can be confident when it comes to examination. Somebody that knows. That's the confidence I'm talking about. Then the maturity, those scopes that I have talked about, they build maturity as well. I wrote one exam somewhere. I was sharing with somebody. Is it WAEC, but it's an external examination. I made a mistake that I was to cancel. Instead of canceling, I just gave that place a two the slash. I wrote rough work maturity. I make it look like, okay, I'm using that place for rough work. These are maturity I'm trying to talk about. So the maturity can be considered that a person make a mistake, but the mistake, he can change it to a dancing step. We check those things as well. Then of course the behavior of a child. And these behaviors, all of them, I say I'm not going to use all those those big academic grammar, so that you'll not be looking for. I'm giving a plain explanation of what should be noted. So when we say behavior, look at all of them in the lens of education, not just your outside. Of course, the education influence everything about a person. Then we talk about communication and learning progress. How is this person communicating what the person is learning? Can they? Of course, you see, we don't know this. The reason for our studying this is for people that went further now to study a particular course that you have mastered, is such that you should be able to communicate it. Yes, if I study engineering, I should be able to communicate it in installation when I'm doing solar system, for instance, because those are my line as well. I deal with electronic. I should be able to communicate, and the progress of my communication can warrant the deeper growth. So those things can also determine the child promotion. Please do like and subscribe to my channel. Once again, I'm Joseph Ochechinali. We're expecting your question and every other difficulties. We are here for you. God bless you.